Sup guys, I'm Virtue, and today I'm going to be going over how to make your logo in Cinema 4D. As you can see, this is a logo for Lame Edit, my channel, and it's completely 3D. I can edit it, make it whatever I want, and render it, the works. I'll show you guys how you can do that yourself. So first things first, we need Cinema 4D, obviously, and Adobe Illustrator. Now if you come from After Effects field or Photoshop, you should probably be familiar with this program, but if not, no worries, I will show you exactly what you need to do, no big deal. So first things first, you gotta create a new file. It doesn't matter what you need to do, just following this, it doesn't really matter the resolution. That's okay. Now you should have this blank slate. Now what I need to do now is I need to take this, my logo, and drag it onto there, just as a reference, so I can properly input it as a logo. Now this, if I were to save this and import it onto Cinema 4D, all that's going to happen is that it comes out as a square, because there isn't really anything defining this image. There isn't nothing telling the program, okay, this is a logo right here, this part right here is the logo. So what you need to do is you have to help the program understand which part of your logo is yours. Now you can do that by tracing it out with a pen tool and showing the program, okay, this part here is your logo. Now before we start tracing, I should probably just give you some tips here, just to save you some time. What you can do in order to bypass certain parts of tracing is that you can create text. Now say you have text inside your logo. Let me just create some sample text here. So we'll call that, okay, so I have this text here, right? Say you have some sort of text on your logo. What I can do here is just right click on it and create an outline. So my outline is completely made up now. So now I don't have to go over the trouble of outlining some sort of text in the logo or wherever you need to do, because that's all done right here. So no, it's saving you probably a good 3 minutes trying to completely trace this out for yourself. But that's just a tip that you can use. But I'm going to showing you guys how to create it from just nothing, just tracing it out. So what you need to do is take the pen tool and start tracing the image itself. So start, make the points. Just you have to make sure that you try and keep it as accurate to the image as possible, because you want to make it as nice as possible, so your image looks great. So because if you have something like that, it's definitely going to reflect on the image itself, right? So trace it out, try and do your best. One thing I like about not Cinema 4D, Illustrator, is that it creates lines for you, just to show you that you're working completely straight to the image. So say here, you see that yellow line, it's telling you, okay, yeah, that's a straight line from here to here. So I don't know, personally I just find that very helpful. Okay, so I run into this problem here where it's a perfect circle. So I don't want to really trace that, because that's going to be a pain in the butt. Tracing it's not even going to look square, it's going to look like a lot of really blocky. So what you can do is use the ellipse tool and just go to the center of the circle, just guesstimate it here, and holding shift and alt, you can just create a circle that's perfect from that center you started at. So just drag it out. So you can do this with any of these shapes here, like rounded rectangle, square, whatever you need to do, star, no big deal. Just, it definitely helps when there's perfect shapes that you don't want to trace out. So that's just something you should maybe keep in mind there when you're working on future logos. Help you out a bit. So here I run into the problem of this mask is just creating itself based off of the points that have already been made. So like it's covering what I need to go over. So what you can do here is what I do is just kind of make a random point somewhere, and that creates finishes the mask in the point last point made. So this reveals the text for me, well, the logo for me. So what I do is I put my mouse cursor where the next point should be going and press Control Z. And since my point is already there, like my mouse is already there, I just kind of finish the contour for myself. So there's another point right there, just put a random point, Control Z, bring it up there, random point, Control Z, you know, like just put a random point somewhere, get to that point, Control Z, now make a new point, you know, just it just saves time, like instead of guessing it. But that's just my method. I'm sure like if you're like very avid Illustrator user, you probably know something else that you can do. But yeah, right now this should be it's close enough for the sake of this tutorial. Like this is the image that I want on the Cinema 4D, and what you do is you delete this the logo that you imported just for the sake of the tracing. So you just delete that, and then what should be remaining is the logo itself. Now what you need to do is that you need to save this, save as, save it as logo 2, and you need it as an Adobe Illustrator program, save, and something new should come up right here. And now this is the most important part here. You need to save it as Illustrator 8, okay? It saves the shape of the mask, so you can use it in Cinema 4D, and none of these other ones work. I've tried them, they don't work, just trust me on this. Cinema 8, and it will save you a lot of trouble. Press OK. This is formatting stuff, no big deal, just press yes. And now we move back over to Cinema 4D. Create a new object. Now we have a document here. So now we go to File here, not this one where all your layers are. Go to Merge Object and just import the logo that we just made. Now this is the scale of it. You can make this wherever you want depending on your comp already that's been made. But since I'm building everything around this logo, I can just leave it to something random. And just make the shape afterwards, like the scale. So there you go. There's the logo right there, just a little high up there. Because the image was kind of rectangular, so and I made it to like the top half of it. So you know. But yeah, there's this there's the shape of your logo right there. You know, all in all glory, completely 3D. So now we need to make it 3D. But see, for my image right here, I actually have it in multiple different shapes because since it's not one single shape, I have it. It's a combination of all the different shapes I traced out. You know, like that circle I made, each individual like parallelogram I made. So what we need to do, just to save some time, instead of extruding each individual one, I select all these and right click and connect objects, and I delete the rest, like what's there before, and that should leave me with the remaining object that is just one piece, just one image right there. I'm just going to unparent this by like dragging it, and when the arrow is facing towards the preview, and delete that null object, and what I have remaining is this complete image. Now if you want, you can let me undo it just to show you guys. If you want, you can kind of take the extrude tool and put it in here and then extrude each individual one. Say for example you have a logo and you want different colors for each one, just create a new material here. Let's make this black. Make another one white, I guess. Just for the sake of showing you guys what you guys can do with this stuff. Add black to this, and if I want to say, I want to say this one right here, get to extrude, put it into the logo itself again, and then extrude the path number 6. Now I have a logo right, well, you can barely kind of see that, but it's like different colors now. So if that's what you fancy in your logo, then by all means you can do that. But for the sake of the tutorial, what I'm going to do is just go back to my original design and like go back, you know, connect and delete them. But you know, if you want to color each individual one, you can do it like that. You know, like extrude each individual path. But this is what I want to do, and what just show you the basics. I have it in one path. So what you do now is I've shown you before. Extrude, child this to that object. So now you have your logo completely 3D-fied. That's a word. Probably not. Okay, so now I just make the logo right there. Just make it in, I guess, white, so you can see it. Add it to either the extrude or the object itself. It's no big deal, doesn't really matter. And there you have it. There is your logo in all its glory, 3D for your animation purposes, or 3D poster, wherever you guys want to do. Somebody, you know, the sky's the limit. So thank you for watching my video. If you learned something new, please like, comment, subscribe. Virtue signing out.